Hello, Sarangees. Welcome to Chasing K-Dramas, the podcast that dissects popular Korean dramas episode by episode. We dig into the characters, themes, and everything in between. I'm Chrissy Choi, and I'm here with my co-host,
Dulcé Sloan. Listen, so we're still on the road to 10,000 Sarangees.
Yes.
Campaign. So be sure to hit subscribe on the YouTube and tell all of your friends and other K-drama addicts about us. It's down here on the bottom. Like I said, I'm not a scientist. I don't know where the button is. But it's in that little box on the side. You know what I mean? And we're excited to announce the launch of the Sarangi Hotline. We need a song.
That's it. Sarangi Hotline.
Bam. Yep, theater trained. And so give us a call at 213-632-6865 and drop your questions. Las preguntas. Tell us what they are, and you might get featured on the show.
You may.
So make sure when you call and leave us a message that you leave your Instagram and TikTok handle. So if you're featured on the show, we will tag you. And follow and leave us a review on Apple and the Spotify. Mm-hmm. And be sure to join our official fan club Sarangees, on Substack. That's chasingkdramas.substack.com, where you can get bonus content and read our newsletter for $6 a month. Now, what's in the newsletter is what we're watching. We got blasts. What we're watching, blasts from the past, some of Chrissy's favorite shows. Mm-hmm. And then I have a Sagu corner when I tell you which Saguk I'm watching right now, because know something about me.
You love a Saguk.
I'm always watching a Saguk. So we're doing a new segment called Unneeds React, and we're talking about Perfect Crown, which we talked about episodes 1 and 2. Mm-hmm. And
at this point, we have already done about like
3, 4.
We'd be in the midpoint, yes.
11 times. Mm-hmm. And I am already liking this drama. You know I love a Saguk. And so to have a modern interpretation of that is amazing.
Great.
It's beautiful. I like the writing. I hope his acting becomes more to your satisfaction.
Yes, he's very wooden. Mm-hmm.
I think it's just because he's handsome. Is it because he's handsome?
I think there are a lot of handsome Korean actors who can act as well. So
okay.
I think he's young. I mean, he's not that young. He's in his mid-30s, but hopefully it gets better. But I loved him in Lovely Runner. Such a cute drama. So yeah.
I can say the woodenness of him is something that is not unfamiliar.
I'm just going to be we're early on right now, so I'll be very curious to see how it progresses. So, hopefully people are enjoying it.
I like it just to see what's going on because the actress, she's very fun in it.
Yeah, I love IU. She's one of my favorites. She's like the Taylor Swift of Korea.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, she is. Oh, yeah. She's been a singer-songwriter since she was like 17. She debuted at 16, 17 years old. So she's been around for a while, but she's wildly popular.
Well, we're very happy for her. And so I just got back yesterday from the Big Pine Comedy Festival.
Yes.
I was there doing shows. Come see my show at the Hollywood Improv on May the 8th. It's my solo show for Netflix as a Joke. Mm-hmm. And then I'm going to be at the Arlington Draft House May 22nd to the 23rd. Magooby's Joke House on May the 20th, because apparently I do comedy in houses. And then I'm going to be moving to a castle. So I'm going to be at the Comedy Castle May 28th through the 30th. Mm-hmm. Oh, I'm going to be doing Milwaukee Pride.
Oh, nice.
On June the 6th. And then I'm going to be back and then I've got my June dates coming up. So I got a new poster that I'm going to be selling on the road. Because, I have my merch for No More Broke Dick, the ministry. And then my lip gloss, Giggle Gloss. And, but sometimes I'll guys come up and be like, oh, there's nothing for me to buy. And so I have my new poster coming out. And we're going to hop in to what we're talking about today. Because, girl, listen, I can say that I was so scared when we started watching this drama. Because it was so intense. And so I am...
She did text me. She was like, I hate this.
And I was hate this show.
I was like, it gets better, I promise.
I was halfway through...
I know.
So
first episode's the worst, honestly.
Right. And
we got through that. We made it.
And we got through that. It's like, looks like we made it. We don't have to pay for that because it's less than 30 seconds. And we learned that during the 90s when sampling was at its best. Shout out to Master P. And so I'm glad that things have gotten some levity to them.
Yes.
Things have changed. And so.
And I have to say, Kim Eun-suk, the writer, I think she's very smart because she knew that the subject matter was so dark.
Yes.
I really do like how she is introducing us to characters who bring in that lightness, because I really think in the next 2 episodes, you need that. You need a little bit of that. And there's little breaks. And even with the bullies, I feel like the bullies are they're awful, but they're also so awfully bad that it's almost comical at times, if that makes sense.
I can tell you, the actress Sara, I cannot remember what I know her from.
Kim Hye-ora is from Genie Make-A-Wish. She plays the kid's fake mommy. The demon, what was it?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's because
she's been in a ton of other stuff. Oh, she was also in Attorney Woo.
Okay.
She had a supporting role there, but it was a very memorable role. But we'll do our deep dive on her later.
Because I remember, because I was looking at her, I was like, I know this nose. Where is this nose from?
The thing about this drama too is every single actor is fucking amazing.
It's very good.
Acting, everyone, just every single person, including the children, the younger roles as well. Just really
this is one of those shows where I'm just like, I want to see the audition tape.
Yeah.
Not as an actor.
Yeah.
I want to see the audition tape.
Yeah.
Because I want to see what they had to read for the audition.
I think it would be interesting to learn more about the Korean drama audition process.
Yes.
Because, oftentimes a lot of these dramas aren't written fully, right? So it's written on the go.
Really?
Yes, traditional. So older dramas for sure. So the dramas I would say pre-streaming era, they were
in real time changes.
Because
usually in America, we've already written everything.
Yes. So
and you have a writer
so
there.
It's very, very different. But this one and a lot of the streamer shows now, they follow the American model where everything is pre-produced. So I believe the script was done before for The Glory for sure, because I know that they did pre-production ahead of time and they filmed everything ahead of time. They did that for Queen of Tears as well. But I say this because it'd be very interesting because I feel like so many of those emotive and the more iconic scenes probably happen in the later part of the series. So it's what do you do to gauge an actor's ability?
Also, I want to see what the audition model is because you're not in America. When you make a show, you want to get more. You want to at least get to 5 seasons, right? In America, when any show is made,
not anymore.
Not anymore,
Yeah,
but
back in the day,
for hundreds of years,
Yeah.
you wanted to get to 5 seasons.
Yeah.
The Korean model and the Latin American model,
It's a limited series.
This is the show.
It's all limited. Yep.
And so it changes the way that you write significantly.
Yeah. Well,
because even if you might have been changing on the fly, since you're not going to get another season, you tell all of these character stories.
today we're going to be talking about episode 2 of The Glory. While Dong-eun is out quietly collecting secrets, piecing together shredded documents and letting people destroy themselves on recordings, her bullies are living their best unbothered lives, okay? So Yeon-jin is married with child. She has a baby. And she's still terrorizing people all around her.
Unnecessarily so.
Jae-joon is having an affair with her. And she's also bullying his friend Myeong-oh, treating him like crap, right? Sara is still high. She's on those drugs. She's high and she's bullying Hye-jeong. But the real moment of the episode is when Yeo-jeong teaches Dong-eun Go, right? He teaches her how to learn how to destroy her opponents, okay? Without mercy. And we realized she wasn't just learning a game. She was getting her blueprint.
Absolutely.
Yes. Oh, and just when you think the episode can't top itself, a random stranger asks Dong-eun to kill her husband.
Kill my husband.
It's like, marry my husband, okay?
Girl.
The Glory said, buckle up, and we've only just begun.
And we're also, this is what I'm very excited about.
Yes.
So we're replacing the Chub Tracker from Dynamite Kiss with Revenge Receipt. Cha-ching.
That's going to be
Cha-ching.
the sound effect. So you do cha-ching.
Yes.
And then when I go back in, I will add the sound effect.
God bless.
Okay.
So
or do we just go ding, Cha-ching, or do you just go cha-ching?
Cha-ching is
Cha-ching.
great. We love a cash register sound. Wait a minute.
Are there cash register sounds
I was about
anymore?
to say the same thing.
So I got to go on YouTube and rip this
Are
out.
these children? Are the children hearing the cash register sound? Because because like
Even nowadays, our store has them, but it's not that sound anymore.
No.
It's it's electronic sound. It's
Also,
ding, ding, not
and-
cha-ching.
listen, I've always hated the self-checkout. I've always hated the self-checkout.
Yeah,
And
it takes longer.
Not only that, I don't work here. And so, because I can't remember which one of my friends has this joke, but basically it's like you're on the self-checkout, you do something wrong, and then somebody comes yelling at you. Bitch, I don't work here. I've never trained at Ralph's.
Okay.
So what I'm saying is that
we have this.
the kids don't know the cha-ching sound, but the unnies are going to introduce the babies to the cha-ching sound.
Cha-ching.
Because there was only one way to get a receipt back in the day, and
Yes.
that was if that drawer popped open.
Yes.
Cha-ching.
Cha-ching.
So we're replacing the trope tracker with the Dynamite Kit from Dynamite Kiss with the revenge receipt, cha-ching, where we tally up every new piece of evidence that Dong-eun has collected or used against her bullies, her enemies, or as the children say, her ops.
Okay, so when we start, so this episode, we go back and forth in time. So
A lot.
So I actually had it written out so we can start keeping track. But I
Yeah.
do love this because again, it just shows how methodical Dong-eun has been like after she left or after she dropped out of high school. So
I
it's
also realized
kinda crazy.
internet cafes are not as much as a big thing here as much as they
Oh
are.
yeah, in Korea they still have them PC bangs. Yes. So we start in 2012. Okay, this is just so much fun because Dong-eun is on Facebook, which is a throwback. I was like, yes. So she's
Not
doing.
technically, because there are no logos. They are on a website with blue boxes.
Oh, does it not say?
It can't say Facebook. They will get sued.
They call it Pebook. Yeah. So
We were trying to figure out how to say it in Spanish, and El Libro de Cara didn't make any sense. So
Okay, so they're on Facebook, and this is also a revenge, technically, revenge receipt.
cha-ching.
Right? So she's going around and she's stalking everyone, okay? So now this is what we learn, okay? Myeong-oh, he's living a reckless life selling drugs to Sara, right? Who is the artist druggie, daughter of Christ, okay? Daughter of the Lord. Pastor's kid.
She's a PK,
She's a
which
PK.
means she's going to be a maniac.
She's going to be an absolute maniac. Sara also, did you notice this? She's like, I think she's teaching a art class and like
People have IVs because
Like,
he
what?
asked her about it, and people are
Yeah.
getting. She's like, it's a way to make them. She says more obedient.
wild. Okay.
Wild.
Wild. Okay. And then
But
Hye-jeong.
it's just a sip and paint. It's just a sip and paint.
Could you imagine you go and you're like,
They have a smoke and paint.
oh, look. Did you see my painting?
No, it's this painting on E.
So Thomas's CrossFit gym, they had a paint night. And this is abstract. I did it.
So while he was doing something with laxy.
No. CrossFit. It was the CrossFit. They had an evening event.
Oh.
Shout out to Resistance. Yeah, we had a paint night, and I did this. Do you? I don't know. It's interpretive.
I thought it was a beautiful sky over a field. Listen, there should be somebody standing.
It's a copy of a Van Gogh. It's my interpretation of Van Gogh. Anyways,
In the UK they call him Van Gogh.
Van Gogh.
Again, that's apparently we pronounce his name wrong.
Oh,
Apparently it's pronounced Van Gogh.
that was the dopest. So when I was in Amsterdam, I went to the Van Gogh Museum or Van Gogh Museum. Coolest museum of my life. Do you know he chopped his ear off?
Girl, that's the only thing we know about him.
Okay, so
That his paintings was swirly and there was something wrong with
I
it.
know.
Look at you with your art.
So then Hye-jeong is a flight attendant because she's always been very pretty, right?
And that was the prerequisite, because if you've seen them Air Korea girls,
Well, it's like the most elite position, like job you can get as a female still in Korea, in Asia, I think. Like the prettiest girls become flight attendants, and it's very, very cutthroat and it's hard.
because don't nobody want to be drinking a coffee and seeing an ugly lady in the sky. Apparently, I've never understood
I
our flight
want
attendant.
good-looking flight. I'm sure I think Korean Air has male attendants who are very good-looking.
I guess I just don't understand why we put this on flight attendants.
Because it is hypersexualized from the beginning, back in the day.
Why?
Because, like, historically, I think.
But why?
I don't know.
We could have just had moms in the sky.
I mean,
That would
the
have made
misogyny is just, like, fucking
it would have made
awful.
more sense to have actual, like, we're not supposed to be up here. You see what I'm saying? We're not supposed to be up here.
So you would rather have, like...
I would rather have somebody where, like, if the girl is too pretty, I'm not going to believe her.
Or she's not going to protect you. You want someone to, like, be able to help you.
It's like, you know, it's
in
like...
a case of an emergency. Are
you
you going to
look at
listen to
certain-
the hot girl?
Listen, that skinny girl, that skinny Italian lady that cooks, nobody believes her food is good.
Okay. So she's a flight attendant, and then Jae-joon owns a store called Siesta.
Because he loves an afternoon nap.
An afternoon little tryst.
Little afternoon little tryst.
So this is interesting. So Hye-jeong has always had a crush on Jae-joon, okay? So she's like still going after him because she like helps him on the plane, right? He's in first class. And they flirt a bit.
And they're going to use that set.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to use that set. There's no more seats on this plane. That's the whole... When I saw that, I'm like, there's no other classes on this plane. This is the whole set. No one sits anywhere else. And so, but they're flirting on the flight, and she says something flirty, but like she goes, "Hey, can I get a ride home?" And he says, "Go get a Bacchus drink and take the bus." I was like, damn. I would never text him ever again.
No.
No. You would meet me at the crossroads before you heard from me again.
So we see the dynamic of how Jae-joon and Yeon-jin and Sara, the wealthy bullies, treat the poor.
Why are they still friends with them?
It's sad. It's really, really sad. So you see this.
There has to be, as soon as I graduated from high school, I wouldn't know y'all
I'd be
anymore.
like, bye. I know. So it's kind of sad. So like, you know, it's just, or it's like the psychology of like, I mean, maybe they're Stockholm syndromed, you know?
It's either that or blackmail.
So then we discover at Siesta, so there's a person, Kim Kyung-ran. So she appears, okay? We don't know about her, but she's a shop assistant, okay? But she always appears. She helps Yeon-jin too, but she works for Jae-joon. Yeon-jin and Jae-joon are having a very, very wild afternoon. It is a very intense. For K-drama, I was like, when I first saw this, I was like, oh, dang. We've graduated.
This is
an actual
but
sex
someone
scene.
trying to put on, like, try on a dress. It's like, no, I'll give you 10% off. You're gonna look great in this dress. Our dressing rooms are closed. But also, there's no, like, is the office behind the dressing room? Is the dressing room the office? What's happening?
So they're having their little afternoon tryst, okay? But
also, sometimes that was the first sex scene. I was just like, y'all ain't having sex.
She was just, you know.
It was a lot happening. But I was just like,
do you think they have intimacy coordinators?
If they were not, they taught them to be offbeat. Like, that didn't make any sense to me.
And then her, like, sipping the champagne. I was like, what is happening? Anyways.
That sex looked uncomfortable.
So we discover that Yeon-jin is engaged, but she's having, you know, sexy time with Jae-joon. Jae-joon, you can tell Jae-joon is in love with her, but she treats him like crap.
But he was already in love, because remember, he was like laying his head on her lap.
I know. He's always liked her. And then he's like, do you know why I call this store Siesta? And this part, she goes, because you like doing it with me during the day. And he's like, yeah. And he means it. And then she's like, but then you someone else at night. I was like, yo, this is like.
But you could also just be in a relationship with him.
Just what's happening?
Why are you upset? This is like, this is the, I don't want to be with you, but I don't want you to be with anybody else kind of situation.
I think so. I just don't.
It's not like he's not rich.
Or it's also like Jae-joon. Like, why can't you just, is it another Sonu situation? Just like tell her that you like her. Like, what's happening? Or is it just her being like, oh, I don't like you. You're not good enough.
I don't think she likes him.
Well, maybe, yeah. Because if you think about it, remember in the last episode, she said her goal in life is to become the perfect wife and a good mother. That's her dream, right?
Well, she can't do that with him. They do dirt.
I know. Maybe that's it. So, which is crazy. So you see this like bully girl who's kind of a sociopath, but she can still tell right from wrong, good from bad, right?
No, I think sociopaths can always tell right from wrong. They just don't care.
Okay, well, there you go.
It's his past could catch up with her.
Oh, yeah. She doesn't want that mess.
But also,
But she's also having unprotected sex with him. But okay, sure.
You know the demon that you're dealing with. So he's also very insecure. And I don't think he ever would do something to her. But if she has this public image, he's probably doing stuff to other people.
He's collateral. Not collateral
is,
damage. He's
liability.
Liability. Yes.
And she doesn't need any liabilities. If you're in this situation, you need someone who is perfect, pristine, and he is nothing. He's the exact opposite of that.
So this plan begins. Okay. So you have Dong-eun. She's seeing her friend. You remember her friend from the factory who was like very
the curly-haired one,
the sweet girl. Her name is
the one who walked like
what was it? The magpie feet.
She walked like so she didn't piss the ground off.
So her name is Koo Sung-hee, right? They're still friends, and Sung-hee is helping her. She knows about the plan. She knows about the revenge. She's kind of worried. She's like, "Do we need to go this far?" Okay.
Yes.
So
and she was like,
"You can stop when you can."
Because she was like, "Listen, I got some friends I grew up with that they don't have a problem with violence." Which honestly, you gotta have them friends. And I know, and I feel like people are like no, and I'm like yes. And I think as a woman, you have to have a homeboy that you can call and be like, "Hey, I had a problem with some man."
Oh yes, I always I have my
person.
Yeah.
I need you to come talk to somebody.
Yeah, I have my person.
And I had my homeboy, and he had to talk to 3 different men out behind me. And I was like, if you are a woman and you ain't got that homeboy, because it's like, I know we all want to be liberated and stuff. You need a man to roll up on a man. And I don't care if you are the rich of the rich or you are in the bottom of the barrel eating Vienna sausages all day.
I don't know if you need them to roll up, but you just need them for advice. I always call them like, "Hello, this happened. What do you think?"
You need advice, homeboy. Friend, you gotta have a roll up. Now the roll up and the advice, homeboy, can be the same homeboy. Because you gotta have a friend. Because also you need another friend who's gonna talk you up or talk you down.
I don't think any of my guy friends would be like, "Let me roll up on someone." I don't think I have men in my life that are like roll up material. You know, they're like, "Let's have fun material."
Go put your arm down. Roll up as in, sir, we need to have a conversation.
Songhee's a roll up gal.
And I got the homies that don't have a problem with some violence. We can get this figured out, and then you don't have to go through this whole plan.
She's so sweet, and then Toyoung's just like, what does she say? She says some weird thing about like.
She said it's a good thing. The good thing about not having a religion is that you already know where you'll end up in hell. Here's the thing: if you don't have a religion, you're not gonna end up anywhere. Because here's the thing: how do you not have a religion but believe in hell? Because if you don't have a religion, there's no heaven or no hell. You just end your existence. Yeah. So honestly, that would make me do even more dirt because it's like Well,
listen, she's on the case. Okay, she's on the case. She's on the case.
Because at least she believes in consequences in the afterlife. Yeah. Honestly, you could do more dirt if you didn't think you were going to be punished in the afterlife.
So, after that scene, we meet Yeon-jin's fiance, okay? So he's the zero liability guy, right?
Yep.
His name is Hye-jeong. Good-looking guy.
Nice in a suit.
Sexy. That man, that actor, ooh, I'm always every time I see him, I'm just like, he is good-looking.
I don't know how they cut in suits in Korea, but I promise you,
he's elegant.
Every
there's just something elegant about him.
We ain't making suits like this in America.
Kind of like cold, you know? So then he's at the bookstore reading about Go, right? Paduk, okay? In Korean, it's called Paduk. And then she knows that he's the fiance. So she's also learning about Paduk. And they're...
Oh, that's the game from Captivating the King.
Yes. Got it. So they're doing this. So
and the chairman was playing it.
The chairman was playing it.
That's when he fell out. All right.
She's reading the same book, Revenge Receipt.
Cha-ching!
Right? So... We now know that Dong-eun is out here keeping tabs on everyone, okay?
And then, there's the juxtaposition of the shot where it's just like they're back to back.
I know.
Cute.
I know.
Cute.
I know. So now we jump to a random scene, which isn't that random. I think it's actually like very telling of who Dong-eun is and how meticulous she is when it comes to gathering of the receipts and getting back at people, okay? It's the first time we see her method in action.
Right. So she's tutoring this dude, the young man, and he asks her where she got her shirt.
Because he's looking at her.
And then tells her that it would be better if she took it off. And then it was like, oh, well, if I can see your boobs, I'd get a higher score. And then you would get paid extra if my grades were good. And I like how she does a voiceover moment where it's just like, these people are always able to see the broken ones.
Yes, these people are always the same. These types of people, they always know how to sniff it out.
Right.
These despicable people, you know. He is truly, he's, you know, on the path of becoming like a Yeon-jin or a Jae-joon, right?
Also, a teenage boy is the most bold.
They are.
The most
all they're
bold.
thinking about is, you know.
Right.
So,
and she just calmly shuts him down and says, listen, first of all, your mother's heard the entire thing.
pulls out her phone.
It was like, yep. And
The
then
phone's been on. She's like
phone's been
monitoring.
on. And you're going to end up in prison regardless of what your grades are. So, revenge receipt, cha-ching.
Yes, it's
But
great.
also, what I do wish would have happened was when they showed the mom on the line, the mom would have started yelling through the phone.
I know. That would have been
I wanted
more
the mom to
sense.
start yelling through the phone.
Yeah.
And she didn't. And I'm just like, where's the mother yelling through the phone?
So then, Dong-eun leaves the house, but then she passes out. She faints, and you're like, oh.
Which,
It was very dramatic.
but honestly, it bothered me.
It bothered me too. It's like, also, how was she found?
I think by the housekeeper who let her out.
Okay.
But
Why did it bother you?
because for her to go from such a strong moment to then go to such a weak moment.
But I think it's telling you about her personality.
It did.
She's tough on the outside because she has to, right?
But she's weak.
survival mode. But she's also
Hungry.
she's hungry. She's malnourished
Because
and
she
she's
was
also
trying to eat the-
exhausted.
But she was trying to eat the food that was, like, she kept trying to take a bite, and then she just fell down. And I was like, she couldn't get one piece of kimbap in her mouth before she hit the ground.
It just shows, like, I think, like, it's taking a toll on her. Like, this type of, like, mass revenge plan. I mean, it's a tragic character. It's the saddest character that I've seen in a K-drama.
If
like,
ever,
honestly.
honest in the history of, it's like when you find out, like, with those grim like the fairy tales, like,
Yeah.
how you find out how the Little Mermaid actually ended.
Yeah.
And you're like, what?
Ariel is annoying.
How
She's my least favorite.
how
of the-
Hansel and Gretel actually ended, how the Three Bears actually ends.
Yeah.
Like a lot of them German fairy tales, they got to America and we were like, hey. this is not, our children came for a better life. So how about,
And Walt Disney was like, we got to change it all.
listen, I'm trying to be part of your world. I don't want to deal with none of this.
Okay, so then she goes to the hospital.
Mm-hmm.
Then we see the guy that we saw at the coffee shop in the last episode, okay?
Who seemed
Chu-
very young in the coffee shop.
Okay, we got to talk about this. Yeo-jeong, okay?
Mm-hmm.
So he is a hospital intern, and he happens to be the son of the director of the hospital, okay? So this
Mm-hmm.
guy, class-wise, he's, he's high up there, okay? He apparently was like in a fight, but he is in a hospital bed next to Dong-eun, and there's a scene where they almost touch hands. So it's almost like,
Here's what bugged me
Yeah,
about
yeah.
this scene.
yeah.
Is that the brushing of the hands, I don't mind, but somebody walks in between them to show the brushing. Where the was that person?
You noticed that?
Because there's a curtain and then there's the wall. So where was the person who comes walking in between them because there was no one there? And then all of a sudden a human being comes through. Where the did they come from?
I don't know. I need to watch it again.
Because I was like, the did this human come from? And so they almost brush hands, and I'm just like, okay, this is the love interest. But then there was the waking up in the bed, and then their eyes meet.
Yeah.
But I liked the curtain going back and forth. What I always say, if you're gonna be a director, watch these shows.
They do
And
a good job. Yes.
And so, but she tries to rip out the IV, and he's like, please don't.
He's like, I'm a doctor. I don't look like a doctor, but I doctor.
Just because I make bad decisions doesn't mean I don't have medical knowledge. And so he notices the scars. She freaks out, and they're just like, "Hey, we need her to come back."
Yeah.
And so they're looking at the stuff, and it says she is malnourished and she's severely anemic.
Right. Then she follows, though he follows her to campus. Okay, he like stalks her basically. I mean, yeah. And then he goes to her class, and I'm like, okay, sure.
The professor's like, hey, why are you actually
Who's
in
the
here?
person? Who's the lucky gal?
Who's the lady you in here for? And he's like, I just thought you were a great professor. He's like, well, I'm married. Get out.
So he finds her and he tells her, hey, you're anemic. You have really bad, like, you're malnourished and you're anemic. So you need to watch your health, right?
But I love how so the smile she has, and then she walks past him, and I was like, oh.
I know. Oh. But then look who she walks towards. It's a Sunbae, okay? So let's just,
Because we heard Sunbae, and I was like, oh, Sunbae.
Okay, so then Dong-eun, he cracked me. Okay, so Dong-eun, these are the brief moments of like levity that makes me kind of laugh. So Dong-eun goes to Yeon-jin's wedding. Okay, so it's an elaborate wedding. Yeon-jin looks so happy with a really hot husband or a fiance. And Dong-eun is in the back. She's not even hiding. She has these dark glasses. And she's peering and watching. And then she walks by. She licks.
So she walks by the wedding cake and then runs her finger through it. And it's like.
And I'm like, yes, do that. I would have just tossed it on the floor. I love that.
I was like, what would I have done? I'd have put a bug on it.
You would have I think I would have just like knocked it over.
I wouldn't have gone as far as to knock it over. I would have run my
fingernail.
I would have run it across the top.
Or I would have toppled the bride.
Oh, push the bride over?
Yeah. Oh. The little doll, you usually have the dolls.
I would have
or broken the head.
I was about to say, I would have bit the head off, but I would have already had one on me. So it would have just been the bride's broken head on there.
So for this week,
segment time.
We're gonna bring around the fun facts, okay?
Fun facts.
Okay. Preparation for the series began January 2021. Okay, it was pre-produced. Studio Dragon did it, and it's a Netflix original.
I like Studio Dragon.
Oh, it's CJ. Yeah, and then you see the opening. So it's written by Our Lady Kim Eun-suk, who's Genie Make a Wish. She's done it all. Descendants of the Sun, The King, Goblin, Lovers in Paris, Lovers in Prague, The Producers, Mr. Sunshine. We had a deep dive on her last time, so I'm not going to do it again this time. But the director of this is actually Kim An-gil.
Kim's is out here.
Kim An-gil was the director, the director they brought in for Genie Make a Wish.
Oh, when the other director got fired.
Yeah. So this is the guy. So he's
Kim actually really good because sometimes you watch a show and they switch directors, you can see the difference. It was seamless.
So he is a longtime partner of Kim Eun-suk, okay, and he has been an SBS producer for a very long time. He's done. He directed Rooftop Prince, which was a super cute drama.
Loved Rooftop Prince.
Yeah, so he directed that. He did Record of Youth. He's done a lot. So I think we kind of mentioned this in the last deep dive, but Kim Eun-suk, our writer, this was written right after her slump era. Okay, so you remember she wrote I talked about it, The King.
Yeah.
King, that's on Netflix. It did not do well. There wasn't that much anticipation for this show because her last one was a flop. So everyone was like, she has this new one. Real weird revenge drama. This rom-com lady's doing a revenge drama. So everyone had their doubts.
But we all know that this is the market that loves a revenge drama.
I know. So So
it was very smart of her to do.
Of course. And then people also weren't looking forward to this as much or like anticipating it because Song Hye-kyo, so our Dong-eun, right, major superstar, her last drama also flopped too. So everyone was just kind of like, okay, two floppers together. We'll see if this actually turns out to be anything.
Flop on flop on flop.
Flop, flop, flop. Yeah. So this drama received a rating restriction of 19 under. So it had like a R-rated rating. And it should. And Kim Eun-suk said, it's not just the violence. Dong-eun's revenge in this work is carried out not through the legal system, but through private retribution. Since I do not personally advocate for vigilante justice, I could not depict it lightly, which is why I chose the adult-only rating. I hope adult viewers watch it and make their own sound judgments. So it's like...
it's
what a disclaimer.
I basically this ain't my fault. In the words of Master P, I will not be responsible for your actions. But I do wonder if people are actually getting revenge in the modern age.
I think this is very hard to do.
No. I mean, just period. Like, it's any. I wonder if we write these revenge shows. There was a full show on ABC called Revenge. I didn't watch it, but
How to Get Away with Murder.
How to Get Away with Murder. I had to stop watching that show. I told you. Yeah. Because it was just like at one point, I'm like, who killed this bitch? I can't keep watching this show. It's too much. But I do wonder, are we obsessed with these shows because we've always wanted to get revenge on people, but it's like,
it's hard.
Is it religion stopping us? Is it your morality stopping you? Is it that it seems like getting revenge is very expensive and time consuming?
Time consuming. You're going to waste your entire,
Also,
you want to be like a Dong-eun and waste your entire life and be malnourished? Okay. So the drama also from 2023 to 2025, it ranked 5th among the most watched Korean dramas on Netflix overall. Okay. Accumulating 830 million viewing hours. So it was super, super popular in Asia and South America because, you know, those are the markets that love K-dramas truly, right?
Facts. They have a huge thing in Brazil.
LatAm markets, they loved it, right? It didn't do as well in Europe and the US, which is interesting. So maybe our podcast could boost the US numbers up. I don't know. Haha. It won all the awards in 2023. Baeksang Awards, it won Best Drama. Song Hye-jeong won the Best Actress Award, and Best Supporting Actress Im Ji-yeon, Yeon-jin won. And then the Blue Dragon Award, same thing. Song Hye-jeong won, and then Im Ji-yeon won. It was Forbes' Best Drama in 2023.
Forbes got a drama list?
Apparently, I think.
Listen, I was
what do they not have?
I was on a Rolling Stone comics to watch list, and everyone was like,
cool.
"So good," and I was like, "But I didn't know Rolling Stone had a comics to watch list."
I didn't know that either.
I was happy to be on it.
Yeah,
but I was like, "Ooh, do I get a guitar?"
Our podcast got into Rolling Stone, a list of like top 10 podcasts. A Spotify one that I worked on. It's kind of cool. So it won Gallup's Best Drama Award in 2023 poll, which is great. So Korea Gallup. Im Ji-yeon, so Yeon-jin, she won a lot more awards than Song Hye-jeong because she truly, I think, like the bullies stole the drama, you know? People, so this was interesting. The depiction of Sara, because she was a pastor's kid. So, you know, the Korean Christians were upset about that. So there was a little bit of a kerfuffle.
We know, but this is a PK. We all know what a PK is. PKs act like this. Your most promiscuous, drunkest, acting a fool friend is the PK. And I'm always wondering, like, your parents have no clue. Jesus didn't tell your mother what you did today? Because Jesus told my mama we was outside acting a fool, and she called me up and told me to not.
PKs are crazy.
Some of them aren't, but
culturally, yeah. I feel like we share that. Like, there's the Korean American community joke is like, oh, is that a pastor's kid? Then we like kind of know. We're like, ooh, you know.
Yeah, we also have the same joke.
I know.
It's everyone. I think this is across the board. Where it's just like you rebel as a PK, and then some of them grow out of it, and then some of them don't.
Fun facts about the talent. So Song Hye-jeong reunited with Kim Eun-suk for the first time in 6 years because she was in Descendants of the Sun, which was her old drama in 2016. So this is interesting. The actors had a really tough time filming because the show is so sad.
I completely understand.
So the person who played the young Park Yeon-jin, she said that she knew it was acting, but there were moments where she was like, "What am I doing?" And it would just make her so like, like the hair straight, the burning scene really affected her, and she just hated doing it because she was like, "This is just insane." And then Kim Hye-ra, who plays Sara, right? She said that she became irritable and sharp-edged even after the filming ended. And she told Im Ji-yeon, who plays Park Yeon-jin, right, that they shouldn't take roles like this for a while. You know, they were like, we need to stop doing roles like this because this isn't normal. So it really had like psychological effects on them. And Kim Eun-suk was the same thing. She said after writing really happy dramas for so long, switching to these dark scenes left her feeling drained. So everyone just felt really bad. And then I know we talked about the bullying stuff last time, but this is interesting. In March 2023, an anonymous online post accused the director of the series of physically assaulting a classmate when he studied in the Philippines in 1996. So the director he initially denied the allegation, but ultimately admitted it in a statement through his law firm. Yeah. So basically, An and his friends had confronted another group of students after hearing that the latter had made fun of An's girlfriend at the time. So then the director wanted to seek forgiveness for those who he had hurt and offered to make apologies in person. So, of course, yeah. So afterwards, he was accused of it. And then Kim Hyora, who plays Hara, was also accused of bullying as well when she was younger in high school. And then this drama actually, because it was so popular in Asia, in Thailand, apparently, it like launched, it brought school bullying into the public discourse and it became a major social topic. The hashtag the glory Thai went viral and people were like sharing like videos and stories about how they were victimized and bullied when they were younger. So it was actually like this whole thing. So then we discover how Yeon-jin, you know, she's a weathercaster. She's fulfilled her dreams of like, you know, she's marrying the perfect guy. She has
One
the
of
job.
the other pretty girl job.
Right. But then we see how she is still terrorizing everyone around her. Nothing has changed. She's not that smart. So she actually has a ghostwriter to write her weather reports, which made me laugh. I was like dying because, okay.
She's like, yeah, the other newscasters talk behind my back because I don't write my own stuff.
Yeah, but she's like, but then, you know, I'm pretty and I have money, so it doesn't matter. That's how she sees, you know, life, right? And then she basically she's mean to the ghostwriter, but then she also rewards the ghostwriter.
She's like, you got a passport?
Yeah.
No. To go on a trip? Like, yeah. And then she goes, I'm her god.
Yes, which is so disturbing, but she tells it's Kyungdan, the girl that was working at Siesta. She's helping her with her outfit. So she tells her that. Ugh, it's just like,
because she can use her wealth and her status as a weapon.
Yeah, she uses all of that.
But you can tell she's probably, because what was so nuts is because you can tell how abusive she actually is, because she says, why are y'all always so upset?
I know. She's the worst. Brilliantly written character, but just like the worst character. Okay. Then we see Jae-joon and Myeong-oh, okay? So we discover that Myeong-oh is like cleaning up after Jae-joon's puppy, doggy named Louis, okay?
Louis the 16th.
Louis the 16th. Don't forget. But basically, Myeong-oh is there just running errands. He's Jae-joon's little bitch. He's a little errand boy, okay?
And I know he's going to be mean to that dog.
And then he's mean to the dog. So all of this. So we're still seeing like Jae-joon is treating people like servants.
But
right?
he's hitting him upside his head, being like, you stole her drugs.
Oh, yes. He's like, oh, why? Because he likes Sada, right? And he's like, why are you stealing Sarah's drugs? Like, what are you doing? Like, get your act together. And he's like rude to him, you know? So they're never really friends, right? It's like he's the predator, Jae-joon, and his prey is Myeong-oh, the way he treats him.
But I'm telling you, listen, if we've learned anything about in a Korean drama, someone always needs henchmen.
And then
he doesn't have to do this. He could help somebody. He could help a loan shark kidnap people.
Yeah. Okay, so then we jump, right? Not jump in time, but Yeo-jeong decides to start. Well, Dong-eun wants to learn Go, and then she discovers that Yeo-jeong knows how to play Go very well. So he begins to tutor her, okay? She really likes it because he tells her that the philosophy of Paduk, right, is to protect your house while slowly dismantling your opponents. It's fought in silence over territory. She loves it because she feels like it mirrors her revenge strategy, right? This is what she needs to do.
Also, I'm glad he said that because I had no idea how to play that game. Because it kind of looks like
I didn't either. Because
I did see that when I was in San Francisco doing Sketchfest, there is like a Go society.
Yeah. Well,
and they
yeah.
And so I was just like, oh, it's nice that people are playing this game. And I'm looking at him like, it's complicated because it kind of looks like Othello, but it's not Othello.
He's teaching her, right? Years pass, okay? So he's been teaching her for like 3 years, I think, at this point.
Season change. Truly. Because it was interesting because when you first see him sitting there, I noticed, I was like, oh, this is regular leaves and not cherry blossoms. And then it turns into snow. And then it turns into, and then it's like, okay, there's cherry blossoms. And then, so it's like, there's always something falling.
There's always something falling.
And so every season, I also was glad to see, like, once I saw them laying in the bed looking at each other, and I'm like, oh, thank God. This bitch is going to have a love interest. So, it's hard to do revenge. It's hard to do all your revenge when you're kind of in love with somebody.
Well,
you can't revenge how you was going to revenge because if your heart's in there being warm, right?
Well,
But you're trying to be cold, but she don't want to fall in love with him. But ma'am,
just see how this goes. But okay.
there was leaves, snow, and cherry blossoms. You ain't got a chance. There's too much stuff falling from the sky.
Okay, so I'm going to say something probably controversial, and I'd be curious if our Sarangees, I'm not going to say much because you need to get to the point. I don't like them together.
Tell
No. It's just
more.
not because I think it's more or less like I think it's a mismatch of the actors. But I found him too young looking. He's young. He's younger than Song Hye-kyo.
Yes, it looks like a Nuna drama at this point.
So but you'll see why. But I felt like even the scene where their eyes meet, their hands brush, like all of this is so forced for me at least.
All the shit is forced. It's a TV show.
So I'm just gonna say that we can move forward, but like I'll bring it back up because I do have thoughts about that. But
no, the casting is because I did not recognize him the second time he showed up.
While this is happening, he is falling in love with her clearly, and she is very much like just using him for the lessons. And she's closed off completely.
He knows that.
Then we jump to 2015 now. So there's two things that happen. Okay, Dong-eun passes her teacher's qualification exam. Second time, so she's officially a teacher, right? And then Yeon-jin gives birth, okay? She gives birth to a child, okay? So Dong-eun's like, this is great because now the plan can continue because everything is set in place, okay? So then, now we jump to 2021. A couple things happen. Dong-eun buys Yeon-jin a pair of those green heels, right? The fancy green patent heels.
The baby said my mom has those same shoes.
Mm-hmm, exactly. And then Dong-eun mentions that their mutual friend. So Hye-jeong is dating or she's sleeping with Dong-eun's friend, okay? But then he hears through the friend that Hye-jeong mentioned about her and Yeon-jin's friendship back in high school.
Oh no.
And you see Yeon-jin's face kind of drop because she's like, what did she tell her? Because again, Hye-jeong was always bullied too by Yeon-jin. So Yeon-jin is now worried that she's, yapping, right?
That the jig is up.
Right. And then Dong-eun also says, I don't like my friends talking about us. So he's basically like, you need to tell her to shut her trap, right?
But if you're friends, what are you talking about?
That shows you about his personality too. So we're learning about her husband, Dong-eun. He is just as cold and calculated, and there's like a coldness to him that Yeon-jin has too. I mean, they chose each other, right? But if you think about it, Dong-eun doesn't want any nonsense because he is also like, he's wealthy. He has a
very focused.
So I think he just doesn't like he doesn't like gossip. And he doesn't want anyone to gossip about him or his family, right? So then we meet. So Yeon-jin and Sara, we meet at Sara's house, okay? Mm-hmm. And then Hye-jeong walks in.
And she's wearing this very pretty dress.
Very pretty dress, which we see she has taken from her parents' dry cleaning business. So it's someone else's outfit, okay? So she has a habit of wearing customers' clothes, which is very interesting.
But she gonna clean them again. And so when she gets there, you've seen that Yeon-jin and Sara set up a trap.
Yes.
They made a bet with each other.
Yeah.
That if they called her over, then Hye-jeong would be wearing that particular dress.
Because it's Sarah's dress. Yeon-jin was like, I bet you Hye-jeong wears expensive clothes from customers. I bet you that's what she's going to do. So Sara's like, okay, let's test it out. So Sara put her dress at the dry cleaners. And of course, Hye-jeong shows up in that dress. Because Hye-jeong has like good taste, I guess. She can tell what's,
what's nice, what's expensive.
Yeah.
And so this was my girl what moment.
Yeah.
Because Sara gets up and starts humiliating her. But my girl what moment, it was like, she said that if it wasn't Dong-eun, it would have been you.
Yeah.
And that's my girl what moment. She told her flat out, if we had not been mistreating her, we would have been mistreating you.
Yeah. Yeah.
And she's like, you can have the dress back. And she's like, and I know this is my dress because only 2 of them exist in the country.
Yeah.
And you can keep it because you stretched it out.
Because she got nice boobs.
She's got titties. She got a little body on her.
Figure. Great, beautiful figure.
Sada's built like a paintbrush. And so
the drugs.
We hope. And so, because she's a she's
teeny lady.
You stretch my dress out, keep it, and then she goes from being very sad to taking a picture, and posting on Instagram and saying, "Oh, this was an amazing, beautiful gift. This was a gift from my friends." Wow. Hashtag, Park Young-jin, and so just like,
I know.
So you took your moment of humiliation and then used it to thank them.
Yeah.
And so that's where I was like, oh, this is Stockholm. It's
Stockholm syndrome. It's the level of the pettiness is just crazy. And then did you notice they took a bet? So Sara lost her Chanel bag to Yeon-jin.
Right.
So Yeon-jin carries it out. It's just...
I was watching this show and I've watched other shows and I'm just like, are rich people this awful?
I mean, according to K-dramas, they are.
But American TV too.
I know.
Like, you don't see nice rich people on television.
Listen, we talked about it last time. Didn't we say we wanted a drama of reversals where it's like the nice family is rich and then the mean family's poor? And I was like, that feels too unfair.
And that's the problem, is that we've been taught that it was like, because they have so much, we expect them to mistreat people. But this bugged me.
I know.
Because again, I'm a grown up. She's got a full job.
Yeah, she's making money. She's a flight attendant.
First
flight
class
attendant is a
flight
big
attendant
deal in Korea. Like, she's pretty, and then like in the
and
next
they don't let everybody
episode,
be a first class flight attendant.
No,
you gotta work. You get a first class flight attendant.
I know. So, it's very sad. It's very disturbing. So in this episode for me too, I was just like, like these people are just awful. Okay. So then we jump. We see Dong-eun in the middle of the night
in somebody's trash.
And she is literally putting together. She has a bunch of like documents, shredded documents that she is individually putting, and she's taped it together, right? So this is another revenge receipt.
Cha-ching!
Right? So this is a couple things that we learn, okay? It's a will of a ajoshi named Kim Shin-tae, and he's leaving an inheritance to someone named Cho Soo-hyun, okay? Not an immediate family. Then there's also a box of Cialis. And I was like,
crazy.
Okay. So we don't know what this all means, but this is her again gathering information.
You know what it also made me do? Whenever I see people taping shredded things together, it always makes me go, so paper shredding isn't secure?
It isn't. Yeah. Because you could easily like.
So what you got to do is you got to shred the paper and you got to shake it up.
No, you got to shake it up. Or you just got to like wet it. I feel like wetting it makes sense.
That's what I found. I found that you have to, for paper, you have to
burn it.
But
in a
humane way.
In a human. Well, you don't want to burn it in like inside. You burn it outside.
Yeah, but apparently you can't burn trash. But
you can burn paper though.
I don't know.
Or you could have like in like the Bridgerton era, you have a fireplace and you just toss it in.
So many letters. But I do think like if you want, I think water might be the best bet
because it just
makes everything go, makes all the ink blur,
and you're like, eh.
So if you're truly trying to get rid of like documents, you shred it and then you wet it, and then if you're really trying to get rid of it, you shred it, you wet it, and then you put it in a blender, and then you just make then you make paper pulp, so it can never come back.
Now we know. So then now we jump a year. Okay, it's 2022 now. Okay,
so
now it's current. It's
what
current times.
In the Back to the Future?
Again, her plan is meticulous, right? Okay, so then this was interesting. Okay,
girl.
So Myeong-oh works at Siesta, right, as the errand boy.
Oh no, I can't sing that song. Never mind.
Siesta. Oh yeah. Okay. So Dong-eun goes. She's trying on the green shoes that Yeon-jin has. Okay. Mm-hmm. Myeong-oh recognizes her
immediately,
starts licking his lips, and I was like, "Ooh!" Like looking at her, like.
And I can say
fresh meat. And
this scene was very triggering for me. So as someone who's had this happen to me, as someone who was abusive to me, as a teenager, and then I was just like, and someone just popped up out of nowhere.
Asshole.
Yeah, it's weird because like you think you're gonna like be different,
I would have rolled up on him.
I had to roll out. I was like, I gotta go. Because you're instantly just like, you're in that place again. It's all right. His life is still trash. But it's interesting because that's why it was so great to see her in the scene.
Yeah.
Because she was so, but here's the thing. She was great in the scene because she planned it. Mm-hmm. And when, like I said, if you plan, like I said, planning out an argument, if you plan out an argument, some drunk man cannot defeat you.
And you could be cold as ice.
And you can be cold as ice. Because it's like when you know you're going to see somebody that you don't with, you can plan your outfit, you can plan your thoughts, because you know what the responses are going to be because you know this person well enough. So she was in there on purpose. It was like, and I think she knew exactly how he was going to act.
Yeah. And
so he offers to buy her the shoes, says that it's practically his. And it was just like, do you want to get a drink? Do you want to get some booze? And she's like, I'll have coffee. And we cut to the girl that works there, and she's just goes,
I know.
Again? Again. And so they get back there drinking the coffee, and she tells him she's been thinking about him, which makes him entirely too happy.
Oh, it's so creepy.
So creepy.
He's the one who like essayed her.
And so, and she knows that he resents old boy.
Because she knows. Oh, because he's like, oh, I basically own the store. And he's like, and she goes, no, you're not. You're his errand boy.
Because remember, the girl that works there starts yelling in the back, hey.
Oh, Jae-joon said this. Jae-joon
said this. Jae-joon said that. So after he said, which that scene I thought was kind of funny. Because it was just like, I basically own this store. Everything in here is mine. And she's like, Jae-joon wants you to get his dry cleaning and go pick up some dog food. And it's just like, sir, you have nothing. Which was so perfect for her. Because it was the truth of everything came out. He's not as big money as he says that he is. And so she goes, I'm sitting on something big. And I want you to form an alliance with me. So this is another revenge receipt.
Well, she doesn't say she wants to form the alliance.
Right.
She tells him, hey, I'm sitting on something. I want to bring you in on this, right?
Right.
So she's baiting him deliberately.
But he's very interested.
He's very interested because he's like curious. His interest, because again, he doesn't come from a lot.
No.
So this is the why he's with Jae-joon, right? Because Jae-joon gives him money, or Jae-joon gives him like the car. Like he's just always desperate to get something.
You know what makes me think of? Those guys that are in rappers' entourages.
I mean, I don't know the rappers' entourage people,
but it's just like, because you're like, what are all y'all?
Well, basically, it's like, it's almost kind of like you want to align yourself with someone that could benefit you. Like, these people think that being around these bullies or these powerful people with money, that somehow it's going to help them in a way. So they take being treated like shit. So like, it's almost like Myeong-oh and Hye-jeong, right? Maybe they just want to be, they know that society puts the bullies, like, they're technically of upper class compared to them. So they believe their vicinity to them matters. Like, if they're close to them, if they're
So they're saying the proximity is going to help them.
The proximity, the vicinity, all of that's going to help them. So that's why they're kind of like, they're putting up with it. So then, this was a revenge receipt, right? Because she is bringing a whole entire bully person into her, like, plan. So smart.
Cha-ching. Also, but because he is so volatile,
he could be a liability.
Big ass liability.
Yep,
because I can see him running his mouth like the Energizer
like
Bunny.
Killing someone.
Killing someone, acting stupid. He cannot be, of all of the people to not trust.
Yeah.
It is Ponytail.
So then we jump, okay? Dong-eun has a relationship with their Hanbe, right? There's this Hanbe oppa. But the father, we discover, is the homeroom teacher.
Who was slapping her all in her face at 15.
Okay.
Who needs his ass whooped.
Yes, which is great, okay? So then...
So this is obviously... So because she's cultivating a relationship with the son of the former homeroom teacher, who's now elderly and living in a nursing home, this has to be a revenge receipt.
Of course.
Cha-ching.
Cha-ching.
And she, let me tell you something.
She is
the way
milking
she
it.
was smiling in this man's face.
And he's married.
And he's married. And he said, your eyes always light up when you drink like this. Girl, and then she gets up to take a phone call. So the question is, with this particular moment, because the son is the reason that man was slapping you in the face.
Uh-huh.
So what is she going to do? Is she going to break up this man's marriage? Is she going to find a way to get to power of attorney? So then all of a sudden you got the teacher, Slappy McWatchface, out in these streets. Because remember, he was talking about the watch. My father likes to create traditions. Is she going to up the watch? Because remember, he took the watch off.
Uh-huh.
So what's she going to do? Is she going after the watch? Is she going after the marriage? Is she just going
know.
to try to... So
it's great.
There's so many options, though.
I know. And it's so smart. Brilliant, right?
Brilliant.
Then...
this is one of the things with the writer. It's got to be one of those. Because,
she's amazing.
Genie Make-A-Wish, it was like everything. There was a couple of things happening, but they all went in the same direction. This almost feels like... Remember those Choose Your Own Adventure books as a kid?
Yeah.
So with this...
It's like behind door number 8.
Yeah,
or 1,
it's like turn to page 42. Right? This can happen. Yeah. And so I feel like with him, there's so many options. And so the next time we see her, so she gets a phone call and she leaves. And so we see her. Now, this was the thing I got a little confused.
Okay.
I couldn't figure out if she was in Yeon-jin's garbage or she was in the chairman's garbage.
She's in Yeon-jin's garbage.
Okay, that's what I thought. And I saw the lady had bruises on her face, and I was like, did Yeon-jin hit her employee?
Right. So she is going through garbage.
Right.
And then a maid or like a housekeeper walks out, right? And then Dong-eun's like, but the lady's very much like, hey, I know you've been doing this. I've been watching you.
And I know you've been avoiding the cameras, but I got pictures of you.
I have evidence, right? I will stay silent if you kill someone for me, my husband, okay?
So I'm supposed to marry my husband. It is kill my husband.
Yes. Okay, so this is how the episode ends. It's this like huge cliffhanger because out of nowhere, you just think that she's garbage, whatever. She's getting more like shredded documents.
What I love is that she walks up and goes, are you looking for this? That's what made me think she was the chairman's housekeeper, because she walks up with the bag of more shredded stuff.
Yeah. Well, I think that's what you're supposed to think. I think we learn later that it's Yeon-jin's house.
So what I like is she's just like, I'm not going to say anything, but I do have evidence. So it's almost like the housekeeper is like, I got you, because it's going through someone's trash illegal.
I mean, I don't think it's illegal, but it's not like a good, I'd be like, what the are you doing? Because it's very clear that you're trying to find dirt on someone.
Right.
You're not like, unless you're like trying to like
get recycling.
But in Korea, remember I told you about this, recycling is very particular in Korea. It's very, very different. Like, it is very hard. Like, you're not going to go through like, you're not going to get recycled material by going through like
the bottles of the bottles,
the paper trash.
Right.
It was very clear. It's all like separated.
Yeah.
So it's actually easy probably finding evidence, because you just go and you're like,
the paper.
Yeah. But I thought it was an excellent cliffhanger. And when I first watched this, I was like, what the f-? Like, literally, I was like, oh my God. Okay.
It's a new mission.
It's a new mission.
Because like the woman does have evidence on her, but I'm just like, is this evidence enough to make you not stop looking? Because it's just like, okay, I've got evidence you looking for the trash. I'm like, yeah, but murder is murder, man.
Came out of nowhere. Okay, so that's how the episode ends.
Which I like, because it's like it adds on another thing. So it's just like, not only are we trying to get revenge, it adds on another thing, because not only are we trying to get revenge, but now it's like we have a new player involved. Because she could just be like, no, and we never see this lady again. I'm like, but that's not how these shows work. This lady's going to come back again and again and again. So this episode establishes all. So we're starting to see the plan more. It's nice.
Slowly coming together.
It's nice to see that she does have the help from the friend from the factory.
Yes.
And so she might be making a new friend with this alliance with this lady.
Or she could be an enemy.
Enemy.
We don't know.
Because then that lady might try to blackmail her, but I'm just like,
she's already trying to blackmail her in like first meeting.
Right. I'm just like, ma'am, no. Stealing trash and killing a husband, that's two different things.
Yeah.
But she's been keeping track of these bullies for 2012, which makes sense that she's malnourished and anemic. because every day she gets up and is looking at other people enjoying their lives when they destroy. So it's just like, it's this moment, these moments in her life changed her entire existence.
Yeah.
Because like sometimes you think about it, just like, oh, you mistreated me and this changed me forever.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Like what I was talking about. So thank you. But it's also like your life just keeps going.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so she's learning Go, and she's getting to, because I want to know what's going to happen with this husband.
Yeah.
Because is she going to try to, so it's like, is she going to try to seduce the husband? Is she going to tell the husband about the affair? Then you see she's got the apartment, and so it's right
she's staring at
looking
that house
at this big ass house
every day.
And then so she approaches Myeong-oh at the Siesta, trying to get him to come up with her. Then I love how she dealt with the kid. I love that the kid didn't get, he was handled in that one moment. Because if we had to see that kid again, I'd have been so annoyed.
No, and I think the kid was more of a device of like letting the audience learn
a mini plan
of like, or just seeing how her brain works. And Go is the same thing, right? The paduk game, it's like this is what she needs to do in order to execute the plan. But I think too, we already kind of talked about this. I'd be very interested to see what happens with the homeroom teacher.
Yes.
That's part of her larger revenge plan, right? And then the evidence that she gathered about the random people, the random names, right? It was Cho Soo-hyun and Kim Shin-tae.
Because he was up on her, because when she was looking at like when she was taping the paper together, he's up on the wall.
Yeah. So she's targeting him for something.
He's part of the plan for a reason, but also it's just like, well, why did he leave this family out the inheritance? And if this man's not related to the revenge plan, how is he part of the revenge plan? Because he's not related to any of
them all. So
of the bullies.
It's kind of like a big question mark. Okay. So our very first revenge receipt tracker.
Cha-ching!
So 1, the Facebook stalking. 2, learning about the Go trap, okay? So learning about Go to trap Yeon-jin's husband. 3, the tutoring trap. 4, assembling of the shredded documents, the will, okay? 5, recruiting Myeong-oh. Okay?
Which I don't know if that's a good idea.
It's pretty genius, but yes. 6, collecting Yeon-jin's garbage, okay? What's the most unhinged?
The most unhinged, honestly, the tutoring trap.
Yeah.
Because you trapped a child. He's inappropriate and he's dead ass wrong. But I'm just like, you trapped a child. Because all this other stuff makes sense. The Facebook, because I mean, who hasn't Facebook stalked?
Everyone Facebook stalks. So for me, not the most unhinged, I'm going to do the smartest. For me, I think the smartest was Myeong-oh, actually. I know he's a liability.
No. It's very smart. Because
it's brilliant.
Because he's a liability. And because, honestly, he's more broken than she is.
Exactly. The reason why I say that is because Myeong-oh she's infiltrating into the actual friend group.
Yes.
You know? Because it's so smart, because you do want someone on the inside. Because as much as you're sitting there taking photos, following and all of that, you're never going to get it. But he is there all the time.
And also, it's whenever you approach an employee at a company to spill tea, you're never talking to the one who's happy with their job.
Yeah.
So that was episode 2 of The Glory. And we'll be back next Wednesday to chase the 3rd episode of The Glory. And what do you think of the pod? Submit your questions, thoughts, prayers, rants, or whatever at chasingkdramas@gmail.com, or call us on our Sarangees hotline at 213-632-6865 and leave a message with your Instagram or TikTok handle in case you happen to end up on the pod. And we'd love to hear from you directly, and be sure to follow us on our socials and subscribe, and follow us on all other things, the YouTubes, the Spotifys, and Apple, and tell your favorite K-drama addicts about us. Thank you so much for listening and watching, and we'll see you for the next K-drama chase. 사랑해!
Chasing K-Dramas is hosted and executive produced by Dulcé, Sloan, and me, Chrissy Choi. I edit the audio and video, and our production is led by Thomas Yuen from TY Media and Go Get 'Em Productions. Our artwork is designed by Yice Cream. We're an indie podcast, and we're always looking for fun partnerships. If you're a brand that's interested in sponsoring our chases, or for your fan who just wants to stay in touch, please check out our website at chasingkdramas.com.